Howdy guys, and welcome to Cliff Notes, and welcome to night number 32 of the overnight feed recaps for Big Brother season 25. A good Saturday, no, not Saturday, good Sunday morning to y'all. I hope y'all are doing fantastic. All right, we had a lot of conversations that took place yesterday, so let's get right into it. First of all, just as a reminder, Jared is the HOH, Cameron and Red are on the block. We had the veto competition yesterday. We'll talk about that in just a second. But first, let's talk about who was picked to compete alongside Jared and Red and Cameron. Normally, whoever else is playing, not a huge deal. This time, a little bit. Because those picked were America and Felicia and Matt. And though we didn't see it on feeds, it appears that America is playing because Red picked house guest choice and selected America to compete. You'll see why that may be an issue here in just a second, because, well, let's just talk about the feeds. All right, we start with Jared and Corey having a rather passionate conversation about America playing in this veto competition. Jared is very upset. He thinks that America is going to throw the competition to Red or Cameron. That's not going to help Jared's game. He just hates the fact that America is competing in this veto comp. Corey's disagreeing and saying, look, America wants Cameron gone also. She's going to try to win this thing. She sure isn't going to throw it to either of those two. At one point, Corey says she's going to do what she always does. She's going to play. She's going to lose. She's going to complain about it. But she's not going to throw at Jared. Jared's not convinced. He's really not believing that. Jared is saying that other than this one issue with America, that he and Corey are good. But this one issue, he's just not happy that America's playing in this veto competition. Now, we also have a serious situation. We got Jared apologizing to Corey for calling America the R word, a slang term, an offensive slang term for a mentally challenged person. He's apologizing to Corey for that. I'm not sure this was caught on a live feed, so I'm not sure exactly what the context was of it, but CBS has said zero tolerance for house guests using hateful, offensive words. Sure seems like this qualifies, right? I don't think anything will come of it. He did apologize, but it was said apparently. And again, I bet it doesn't show up on the episode itself, one of the upcoming episodes, but we'll see. But he has apologized for that. All right, we've got later, Jared is talking to Izzy about the conversation that he had with Corey. He's saying that, telling Izzy, and they're both agreeing that they just can't work with America anymore. He just does not like America. All right, later Izzy is saying that they're against America, Corey, Red, Cam, and Felicia. It's saying that Corey and America are against. Izzy saying this. My notes. All right, yeah, we'll just move on. Anyway, all right, here we go. Izzy's saying that the following all are against them. They all need to go. America, Corey, Red, Cam, and she even threw out Felicia, if I recall, as well. So, yeah, Izzy's saying they all need to go at some point. They're all, if you ain't with us, you're against us. And it seems like maybe she's putting Felicia in that category as well now. All right, we've got Corey telling America about Jared's fear that she's going to throw this comp to Red and or Cameron, and America's denying that. She's saying, look, I haven't thrown anything except the pressure cooker competition. Other than that, I fought hard for everything else. And she's saying, why in the world would I throw anything to Cameron after the horrible things that he said to me all this week? She said, even this morning, he said horrible things to me. So why in the world would I help him stick around? Corey and Izzy talking about the same issue as well. It was a lot of conversations before the veto comp about this. Corey is asking her, saying, look, why would America help Cameron when Cameron has been not just saying things about America, but actually advocating a back door of America to Jared? So why would Jared think that America is going to be tight with Cameron on this? Corey's wondering if he should let America go off on Cameron. Cameron wanted to call out Cameron, and she says, I've been holding back, but maybe I need to really go after Cameron so people know the two of us aren't working together. And Corey's telling Izzy, saying, I've been trying to keep her from doing that, but maybe I should just let her go after him. And Izzy's saying, yeah, if you think that'll help, yeah, go for it. Sure, why not? Imagine Izzy thinking that maybe it's okay to let someone go attack and yell at Cameron a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure Izzy's all for it. So Corey's saying, yeah, maybe I'll let her after all. After all of this, Izzy is still worried that America and Cameron could align. She's still not buying any of what Corey has told her on this, it doesn't seem like. With that being said, the feeds do go down from the veto, I don't know, around noon or so to 1:30. It was quick, not one of these long drawn-out veto competitions. And when they return after an hour and a half or so, we find out that the veto winner is Cameron. Yeah, Jared's worst case, a lot of the people in the house's worst case scenario. Cameron has won veto. The guy just keeps sticking around, doesn't he? Turns out that this competition was that one where they have to stack tiny little something or others. I don't know what they stack. Does it really matter? I don't know. But Cameron won this thing. Props to Cameron for doing what he has to do. I may not have picked him to be the one that would win this kind of competition, but he did it. So now Cameron's going to pull himself off the block, and we're going to have to look at new scenarios, right? Well, depends on who you talk to. And we'll talk about that. Izzy and Sari are agreeing that Jag needs to be the renom once Cameron pulls himself off the block. Jared is saying look, I'm just going to tell Cameron that I put Jag out because I'm trying to do what you tried to do last week, get Jag out the door. I'm just doing it, Cameron, because that's what you wanted. And Jared's saying maybe I can build a little trust with Cameron as a result by saying that. So they're talking right now about Jag being the renom. We've got Jag and Corey talking. Jag is saying that now he believes what America was saying, that she wanted to tell him last week about the vote, that she wanted to try to cast the vote to save him. Jag's now suddenly, he just would not believe America about any of this. Now he's telling Corey, saying, yeah, okay, maybe I do believe it. And so we've got that. Corey talking about the renom coming up. He's saying he might push for Bowie Jane to go up as a renom because, of course, he wants to try to protect America. And he knows she's on the chopping block, that she's on the very short list of the renom candidates. So he was saying he may try to push Bowie Jane instead. All right, remember I said that Cameron's going to win the veto. He's going to use himself to pull himself off the block, or use the veto to pull himself off the block, right? I mean, that's what regular people do, right? Well, some people have different ideas. We got Felicia immediately after the competition, apparently, trying to get Cameron to use a veto on red instead, and then backdoor someone. She doesn't really talk at that point in time. But she says, it's Red's birthday, so be a nice guy, Cameron, and pull Red off instead. You'll be good. Don't worry about it. We're going to backdoor someone. No, it's all about Felicia wanting Cameron gone at this point. And, Cameron's not buying it, but Felicia's trying. Yeah, she keeps trying. All right, so she's suggesting that. Silly suggestion. Cameron's not buying it. I'm not sure everyone in this house is the most strategic Big Brother player this season, but I think they all understand that if you win veto, you pull yourself off the block. So Felicia, just leave it on. Don't get too fancy with this stuff. All right, we've got in the bathroom, Felicia is telling America and Sari and Nicole and Jag that her plan didn't seem to work. I imagine that. Felicia's then telling Jag and America that likely one of them is going up. Felicia's doing a little talking today. She tells Jag and America, yeah, it didn't work. He's going to use a veto on himself. So, hey, the two of y'all, I hate to tell you, but it's probably going to be one of y'all instead. And she follows that up by saying also that Cameron had said that America's probably the one that should go up. So, yeah, America loves hearing that, doesn't she? All right, Sari and Jared are talking. Jared wants America out, but Sari is suggesting Jag. So, again, we have a little conflict, mother and son conflict. Jared going for America, Sari suggesting Jag. We've got Felicia, Nicole, Izzy, and Sari. Some continuing disagreements on who should go home this week. Sari thinks sending Jag home would restore faith with Red. Remember, they're tight, or they were. She's saying if Jag goes home, then Red comes back over to us and can continue to work with us. Izzy seems to be leaning more towards getting Red out so that he and Cameron can't stay together. So now that may change a little bit later in the conversations, but for right now, Izzy's saying, yeah, I think we need to get Red out. And Felicia's saying that she wants America gone. So we're a lot of conflict between these. Nicole's calling out Felicia during this conversation for telling Jag and America about the Legends 25. I think it was during the earlier conversation. She had basically outed them when she talked about the two of y'all are going, and so Nicole's calling Felicia out for that. A lot of people in this group not real happy with Felicia this week. And I kind of see why. I think Felicia's doing too much. But they are all agreeing that if Jared does put up America as a renom, that at that point, Red probably is the one that needs to go home as opposed to a backdoor itself. So for now, plenty of wishy-washy and flip-flopping that's going to be happening, I'm sure. But for now, that's what they're thinking if America gets put on the block. All right, Felicia is talking to Sari and Bowie Jane about how to get Cameron out next week. Felicia saying it's probably going to have to be a backdoor strategy. He keeps winning competition, so we'll probably need to backdoor Cameron next week to go ahead and get him out the door. All right, we've got Nicole and Izzy in the storage room. Nicole is now saying that if America goes up, she needs to go home. They just talked just a second earlier and saying that Red needs to go home, but with just Izzy, Nicole is saying, yeah, I think America needs to go home if we get her up on the block. Felicia comes in at this point, and Nicole is again kind of calling out Felicia about telling America that she could go up, and that America wasn't part of the other alliance. I think she's talking about Legends 25. She's reminding Felicia that America is part of the 7. I think she's talking about the for real at that point in time. Got so many of them out here, but and here's the problem. Felicia appears to not even remember which alliances America is part of, which one she's not part of, and that's why she kind of outed the Legends 25 without even realizing it. And so Nicole saying, you can't be doing that. Felicia basically says, yeah, whatever. Forget America. She's going home anyway, so I don't even care. She really doesn't seem to take that criticism well. Just says, yeah, whatever, and walks out. Does not really says, yeah, okay, but yeah, that doesn't really seem too perturbed by what Nicole is saying. I get it from Nicole's standpoint. Loose lips sink ships, right? Felicia doesn't care too much. Later, Nicole told America that the conversation wasn't real, that Felicia was just talking on her own. She's trying to do some damage control because she didn't think Felicia will. So she's trying to calm America down a little bit. All right, we got Jared talking to Blue, telling Blue that he's done with Jag and America. He can't trust either one of them. He can't stand to look. I think he says specifically, I can't stand to look at America. I'm just done with them. And he says he does feel better about Red staying than either Jag or America. That he'd love to have Jag on board as opposed to either of those two. So I guess Sari's suggestion to Jared maybe worked, because now Jared is more on the Jag bandwagon to get him out the door. So I know we'll find out. All right, Jared is upset. Talking about the people, HOH-itis, I guess. Jared is upset because neither Jag nor America came to talk to him to ask him what they should do if they happen to win the veto. Well, you don't have to tell the HOH what you're going to do, but he feels like they didn't properly come up and kiss the ring, so to speak. So yet one more reason he's upset at the two of them. They didn't give him proper respect. The Godfather speaks. All right, we've got America and Corey in the have-not room. America is saying that they want to put her up as the renom. She's hearing that, and that she knows that they are all in alliance together. She's talking about Sari and Felicia and Izzy and all the characters that we continue to see. She knows that they're in alliance now. Corey is saying that they are talking about either America, Jag, or Bowie for the renom. So he's saying, yeah, your name's in there, but there's some other names in there as well, America. So don't think it all is lost just yet. He's saying that he just told Izzy about his brother being on Survivor. He's already regretting it. Izzy is just the keeper of secrets, isn't she? Now, she's kept Sari's secret and Jared's. We'll see if she keeps this one as well. Does it really matter? Probably not. But Corey's already wondering why he told her about it, kind of regretting it. America is saying that she doesn't trust anyone in this house to keep secrets or anything. The other people she trusts are Blue and Jag. Hopefully Corey's thrown in there as well, but she's saying Blue and Jag, maybe I can trust them, no one else. She trusts them. She's having a hard time getting Jag to trust her back. All right, America's saying that that she wants to keep Red since he'll be loyal to them. Or no, I'm taking it. America's saying that the Suri, Felicia, Izzy, all of them, they want to keep Red since he'll be loyal to them. So she understands that they're not going to be quick to send Red out the door, which means whoever goes up as a renom is probably the target this week, and that's what has her worried. America's talking to Jared. This was a tough conversation. She's suggesting Red or Bowie as the replacement nominees would be fantastic, Jared. Jared not really commenting or paying attention. He's actually watching the HOH monitor, doing anything except really giving America the time of day. America saying that Cameron was trying to pull in other people to some kind of alliance. And we know, and we'll hear about that later, was it Cameron and Matt and Corey and America he had tried to do. But America's saying, look, Cameron's trying to pull other people in, but not me. Jared, I'm not part of them over there. You don't have to worry about that. Jared shuts her down by saying, this talk isn't really for me. And so he just doesn't want anything to do with her right now. America's continuing to talk, though. America's saying that Corey is her boo. Blue is her friend. That's her word, not mine. Her boo. America's saying Corey's her boo. Blue is her friend. She would never put Blue or Jared up. Now, I think Blue was up there during this conversation, if I recall, with Jared. It was Jared, Blue, and America. She's saying, Corey, Blue, I would never put the two of y'all up, but you just have to know that. But Jared is saying that his issue with America is that people that he is working with, America considers to be expendable, and therefore, if you're going after people I'm working with, you're basically going after me, America. So he's just not having any of it. So that's a rough conversation. All right, we've got Cameron talking to Suri and asking if Izzy is losing it at this point in time with talks of backdoors and all that, and I kind of hope so. But Cameron's checking in with Suri as much as he can. Suri is saying it should be easy now. That Jared can put up America and be done with everything. So she's talking about getting Jag out to the other groups, but in front of Cameron, she's saying, just put up America. Jared will put up America. Everything's going to be easy this week. All right, we've got Jared calling out America for throwing the pressure cooker competition. Remember, he was afraid she was going to throw this veto competition of yesterday. He's calling her out for the pressure cooker, saying, because America said, that's the only one I threw. And he said, well, you know what? The fact that you threw it shows that you just don't care about helping keep other people in your group safe. It's all about you, that you're not helping other people because you threw the competition. So what does it say about you, Jared, that you were the first one out after 10, you couldn't hold a button for more than 10 minutes or so? Are you that unathletic? Or were you perhaps not so worried about helping other people as well? That part of the conversation doesn't come up with, but Jared is upset that America only pushed that button for 14 hours and then she threw it after safety was promised to her. Well, take care of your own business sometimes. All right, Jared is saying that he needs more from America. Saying, I need more from you, that you need to do more. Because Jared's won one competition, right? So Jared's doing what he needs to do, but he's saying America isn't doing anything to help him out, to support him. That he's going to have to see her doing more if she expects to be working with him. I'll just leave that there. Jared does tell America that he is considering Jag more than her, so at least he gave her that little tidbit. Jared's also saying that he's in the worst spot in the game because he's going on the block next week. Here's to hoping. Here's to hoping that maybe he's got that one right. But he's saying, you complain, but I'm in a worse spot because I may go up next week. Well, America may go up this week. All right, Jared's telling America that she needs to tell everyone that she trusts Jared. If they're going to work together, she needs to just go out right now and tell everyone that she has zero doubt of Jared, that she trusts him completely. Okay. Can y'all tell I'm a little cynical when it comes to Jared right now? All right. America is now, comes out of that meeting. They probably talked for, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours, a long talk. America is crying, literally crying at this point to Jag and Blue after that meeting. She started crying during the meeting itself. She's saying that Jared thinks that she's making deals with Cameron. She's realizing how expendable she is in Jared's eyes, and perhaps the rest of the group. So she's just not feeling great at this point in time. Jag is later telling Blue and Matt and Felicia that if America's here next week, she's going to go after Cameron. She may go after Jared at this point in time, but Jag's not saying that. He's saying if she's here next week, she'll go after Cameron. We don't have to worry about her. She's not going to come after any of us. So, hint, hint. It really doesn't do any good for us to get rid of her right now. All right, we've got Matt and Jag talking. Jag is thinking that America would be good for both of them because America won't take a shot at them. He's probably right. We got Sari and Corey agreeing that they really don't want America to go home. Obviously, Corey doesn't, but Sari saying, I don't want her to go home either. I'm okay with her sticking around. Corey is saying if they nominate America, they can't expect to nominate her and just use her as a pawn and still send Red out the door and expect to keep her on their side. That if they do that, she may go over to the other group and it's going to be harder to hold on. And he says, I can't guarantee I can still hold her if we put her up as a renom, pawn or not. It's just, that's going to be too much. Sari talking a little bit about Felicia, saying Felicia's been running her mouth all day. We're seeing that little division between the two of them right there. All right, we've got Sari and Jared talking again. Sari is saying, look, put up Bowie Jane since she isn't part of our alliance, except for Legend 25, and that's not real anyway. So she said, put up Bowie Jane. She's not part of the alliance, and it won't get blood on your hands. It's going to be fine. Jared's responding, saying, yeah, maybe. He said, but I'm not putting America up, just so you know that. So he's mad at her, but he's not putting her up. America's telling Corey that she started crying while talking to Jared, which we saw, and that he said he didn't care because he has no emotions, and because he is a man and she is a woman, and therefore, it is what it is. All right, there's a lot of other things that Jared is besides a man that I'll just leave right there. All right, we got Izzy and Jared talking. Izzy's still frustrated that Felicia said that America could be going up now. Could be going up, and now she's been crying all day. And that Izzy mentioned to Felicia, and now Izzy has been pouting to her all day, pouting in front of Izzy all day because Izzy dared to mention to Felicia about the crying and all that and such. Izzy's asking Jared about putting up Bowie Jane, and Jared's saying, yeah, maybe. He said, but I might put up Matt as a pawn instead. Matt kind of volunteered earlier. I may see if he's actually into it. I could put up Matt and then, and no more blood on my hands whatsoever. We've got Izzy going to get America and Corey, bringing her back in to talk to Jared because she saw the conflict. She's trying to get resolved a little bit. Jared's again telling America, saying, you're not an option right now. I know we have this talk, but you are not an option. I'm telling you again, that's not you. He's apologizing for kind of blowing up in the conversation, and so he's trying to smooth things over as well. Jared's telling them that he was leaning towards Jag going home, but he's saying that the house doesn't want that they want Red instead. They're bouncing all over the place right now. The veto ceremony's on Monday. They feel like they need to get it all resolved right now. Now, let people settle down. Chill out a little bit. Have some more serious conversations and figure out a little bit later. Now, they've got to get it all done within a few hours of the veto comp. But yeah, he's saying he wants Jag gone, but the rest of the house maybe wants Red for now. All right, we've got Corey worried about Red and Cameron and Bowie Jane working together. Jared's saying that he needs to lean on them for support. Talk about Corey and America and them. Jared's worried about Cameron. He's thinking that America thinks he has America and Corey in his pocket, and that he had asked Jared not to put up America because he thinks he's got them in his pocket as well. So Jared's a little bit worried about Cameron, saying, at one point he says, Cameron's the only one over there that I'm really worried about in terms of competition, anything at all. All right, we've got Corey saying that the next week could be Cameron and Bowie on the block. Izzy saying that getting out Jag instead of Red this week would be a bigger fight, would take more work. So maybe they've got to consider that when they're trying to figure out who they want to get out the door. We got Jared is going to go talk to Matt about being a pawn. All these people that other people think are just going to volunteer to stay on the block or go on the block. Jared's going to talk about that. Jared is complaining that he has considered a Cameron backdoor. Previously, before the nominations took place, he said, I wanted to backdoor Cameron. No one else wanted that. And now look, Cameron's won the veto and now we can't send him out the door. If we just backdoored him, and in fact, Jared's actually right on this particular case. They probably could have gotten Cameron out if it wasn't for that. Although, having said that, if Red got House Guest choice, he picked America to compete. If Cameron was not one of the original nominees, don't you think Red probably would have picked Cameron? I think it's a possibility. So Cameron still could have won. At that point, Cameron then would have, I guess, pulled Red off the block. And then who knows what would be happening this week. All right. We've got Red or America. Who's going to go home if the two of them are on the block? Matt and Red are both, Matt, I can't remember who's talking. Matt and Jared are both thinking that they trust Red more. Blue is just the opposite. She's thinking that she actually maybe trusts America more. Blue is pointing out that America, if she sticks around, if they don't send her out the door, and then if America was then to win HOH, that she would probably put up Cameron and Bowie Jane. So there would be some protection for them. And I think that's coming into play with why Jared maybe is not so quick to be wanting to put up America as the renom. Because maybe he thinks that. He also knows that she's with Corey, and Corey and him are sometimes tight and all of that. So they've got that. So she's saying, look, America would put up Bowie and Cameron, but Red won't go after Bowie. He won't do that, which means he's going to have to be coming after other people, which could be other people like us. All right, we've got Jared a little bit worried, though, that if he puts up Bowie Jane as a pawn, she'll come after him next week. And he doesn't want to put up America because there's no guarantee that she stays. And that's his other concern. That she may not just be a pawn. There'd be enough people that would vote out America that he loses some of his control about who goes home. So a lot of reasons he's maybe not wanting to put her up. All right, we've got Izzy and Sari talking. Izzy saying it shouldn't be Jag this week, that she thinks they need to hold on to Jag. We finally have the 7 deadly sins. Remember that, Alliance? Except I haven't heard that term used. Now they're just saying the 7, which makes it incredibly confusing because it seems like there's so many alliances with 7, 8, who knows. But anyway, this 7 deadly sins is pretty sure who they're talking about. Finally meets Izzy, Jared, Sari, Blue, Matt, and Jag. I think Felicia was maybe in bed or doing something else. But the rest of the alliance is having a quick meeting in the HOH room. They have decided, for now, that Bowie Jane should be the renom, but that Red should be the person going home this coming up Thursday. Jared is worried about, again, Bowie Jane coming after him if she wins HOH. But they're figuring that even if she won HOH, they figure they could probably talk her into at least putting up Corey or America as one of the noms. And if that's the case, then they just send them out the door. So Jared would be fine. It's not an issue. Bowie Jane has to win something first, and that's probably not an issue either. All right, we've got Jared and Blue. Everyone starts finally leaving. Jared and Blue are in the HOH room together. Jared saying, 5 more weeks. 5 more weeks of getting people out, and then we can go after each other. But until then, we just have to follow the process. His next 5 weeks, the boots he expects or wants: Cameron, Red, Bowie, Corey, America. No particular order, but he definitely has his target list of those 5. I guarantee those aren't going to be the next 5 that go home. You're going to see the other group blow up before you get to that point. It's just a matter of when before that happens. All right, we've got Matt and Cameron talking. Cameron saying it's like Red wants to go home. Red's having a hard time. We heard that some day before yesterday as well, that maybe Red's just kind of ready to give up. He's worried about his girlfriend back home and all that. And so Cameron saying, yeah, I kind of just think Red maybe is ready to call it quits, go home before we get to the jury phase so he can go home right now. Cameron is talking about how he's sticking with the Legends 25 alliance. My God, I'm there for the long run. I'm there to the end. I'm with Legends 25, the fake alliance. But Cameron doesn't know that, so he's all on board with it. Cameron is saying that he's going to tell him Matt, being all suspicious and sneaky, and says, "Look, not to give a lot of details, but I'm working with Jared to do something interesting." Well, the interesting thing is his idea that he's going to be able to talk Jared into saying that he's going to renominate America, but then come the veto meeting Monday, big shocker, he instead puts Izzy on the block and they backdoor Izzy instead. And so Cameron is still pitching this. He's telling Matt at this point, hey, just be ready for some crazy stuff that's going to happen. Cameron, a little bit later, half an hour or so later, goes in, reports to Jared saying, look, I talked to Matt. I told him something interesting, but I really kept him in the dark about what you're going to do with the renomination of getting Izzy out and all of that. So he's all giddy about that. But Jared is saying, I'm going to have to sleep on that a little bit. Let me think about that just a little bit. So he has not committed to that plan. And that plan will not be taking place on Monday. Now, it would be fun if it did, but that's not going to happen on Monday. Cameron is also saying that immediately after the veto competition was held, Felicia had approached him and said, oh, you need to use this veto on Red since it's birthday and all of that. So Cameron's telling Jared about that, and Jared's saying, yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. Jags is talking to Corey, saying that now he wants to work with Corey in America. And, before, not so much. He didn't trust him at all. Now I guess he's saying he wants to. Jag may be hearing little whisperings that his name could be on the block yet again, or he just suspects it. So he's trying to pull in some troops as much as he can. All right, we've got the group talking in the comic room, a lot of them. For some reason, the backyard was closed down for a little bit. I don't think the veto competition was not held back there, but backyard closed for a little bit. So they're all in the comic room talking. No real game talk. It's just trivial stuff. What would you tell your 18-year-old self? What would you do if you had all the money in the world to spend? Things like that. All right, we've got Red talking to Bowie. Red's telling Bowie that everyone is on board to get out America. Well, Red, your information may be a little dated. You may not quite be in the loop that you think you are, but he's telling Bowie that we're good. America's going to go up, and America's going to go out the door. So we're okay. Well, maybe not so much. All right, we got Cameron in a long talk with Jag, and then later with Jared. He's talking to both of them for quite a while. And yet, somehow, nothing really important is said the whole time. It just kind of, all I picked up from it is that Cameron just is not aware of a lot of the other conversations and alliances and relationships that are taking place in this house. He kind of has his blinders on, and so he's talking a lot of stuff that really doesn't have any validity in the actual Big Brother house. With Jared, he did continue to pitch this Izzy backdoor, and I think this is when Jared says, yeah, I'm going to sleep on it, bro. Not so much now. Cameron pledging undying loyalty, saying, it's you and me to the end, man. I got your back. We're good. And Jared, oh, yeah, I got your back, too. So a lot of that taking place during those conversations. All right, we have Bowie Jane actually deciding that she's going to play little Big Brother. Night 32. I guess I ought to start somewhere. So Bowie Jane is pitching a backdoor of America as the plan to Suri and Izzy and Felicia and Red. Basically the Legend 25 group, except for Matt, who's doing something else. So she's saying, we need to get out America. That seems like the best plan possible. Doesn't involve Bowie Jane, doesn't involve Red, so I can see her motivation to do that. So she's pitching America as a backdoor. Red is talking about the fact that he feels like he would be much safer in a voting situation if he's on the block up against America as opposed to up against Jag. So he's all on board to put America up as well. All right, soon after that, Felicia goes upstairs to talk to Jared. Among other things, she says, Bowie Jane just showed her hand. I guess just the fact that she's willing to go after America at this point in time. But Felicia is talking to Jared saying, look, leave Red alone. Don't mess with Red. He's not going to do anything. Go after Jag. Jag is who we need to get out the door. She's saying Red is all talk, no action, and if he was to win something, he'll fight for us. Red's not our concern right now. We've got to get Jag out the door. Jared has just had enough of it. He says, y'all need to, and I think he's talking about Izzy and Sari and Felicia, saying, y'all need to get with me, make up your minds on what we're going to do, and then we'll proceed. He's seeing a lot of just flip-flop. Felicia just all over the place over the last 12, 24 hours or so. All right, we've got Sari and Izzy talking. Sari seems very set on Jag going home at this point in time, which sounds like Felicia is as well, at least for now. So Sari is wanting Jag going home. Izzy wants to talk to Corey because she's a little bit worried because she got wind that that Jag and Cameron had talked to Corey about trying to assemble a group of 4. And if I recall, this was Jag and Cameron and Corey and America, a group of 4. Izzy's heard about it, so she wants to get some confirmation from Corey. Once she gets that confirmation, she's probably going to be on board to get Jag out the door as well. Sari is saying, look, we need to get Jag before he gets a chance to pull in Corey and America. We've got them right now, but maybe not for long if we don't get Jag out while we still can. All right, we've got Izzy talking to Sari, Nicole, and Felicia, saying, you know, for the first time, I feel like Red is really with us. He really will fight for us. That he really is on board. He's not just saying it. So, again, Red, who is apparently willing to go home, Red, who is willing to give his veto to Cameron, now sounds like Red is not going to be the target this week, and that Jag could be target A number 1. Jag, who just got saved by Matt. We all are applauding, cheering for it. He may still be pre-jury based on what's happening right now. All right, we got Sari talking to Izzy, saying, look, you know, for as much as we're talking, we haven't won anything. We haven't been have-nots. What happened to have-nots? How come we didn't have have-nots this week? I'd like to see Izzy as a have-not. But Sari's telling Izzy, we haven't won anything. We haven't been have-nots. We really haven't contributed anything. Well, they've contributed a lot of stress, a lot of paranoia, a whole lot of chaos so far. So, yeah, I expect nothing different going forward. All right, we've got Izzy complaining that Felicia told America that Izzy is emotional. She approached Felicia about it. Felicia said, I didn't say anything like that. Sari is saying, yeah, Felicia's lying to you. So, again, Felicia on the outs with the rest of this group. Does that mean that she's going home soon? No, I think that they assume that Felicia thinks that she's with them, so keep her on board because she's not going to go after Sari and Izzy. But certainly when we get to the end game, if not a little bit before, Felicia's not as close as she thinks to a final 2 position. Because Izzy and Sari both kind of had enough of Felicia right now. And Nicole as well. I truly think Felicia goes home before Nicole also. So we do have that. All right, finally we've got Sari has noticed that the message tube in the living room has turned red, which someone, I don't remember if it was her or someone else, said red means scary. The message tube's turned on. No one knows what that means. I heard someone say, oh, that made me, I think it's Boy Jane said, oh, that probably means that Hassam is coming back into the house. Well, that's scary for some people, I suppose, but I don't know beyond that why she thought that. But definitely something has happened with the message tube. It doesn't take much to get this house all worked up and paranoid. Just change the color of the lights here or there, or move something around, and they fall all over themselves in panic. So that's kind of what's happened here. I say that. They notice it, and then they go to bed because it's late. But I guarantee it'll be the talk throughout the day of this message tube and what could be going on. So they've noticed message tube has turned red. And then finally, we'll finish this up. America and Corey cuddling. I think they're in the game room for a little while, complaining the blanket was too small. In the game room for a little while. Eventually, they shared a bed in the scary room. Corey, or I think America said, do you want a spoon? And Corey said, yeah. He immediately curled up, and she kind of got behind him and all that. So they shared a bed together and just enjoying each other's company. And no real vile game talk, a little bit here and there, but nothing of significance. And that's it, guys. I think everyone in bed by, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so. So, yeah, a lot of conversation, a lot of people pitching different ideas. But in summary, it seems like Jag is probably going to go back up as the renom against Red. And at least for now, Jag is going to still go home as a pre-jury. We'll see how it all works out. Guys, y'all have a fantastic Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow morning to give you a recap of all kinds of flip-flopping, I'm sure they'll take place again today. But until then, SKD 143. Cheers, my friends. Bye.